Hi, today we're going to look at 5 things you need to know about adding automation and orchestration into your network for your VNFs. First off, why does it matter? Remember NFV. Everybody likes NFV, been around for a couple of years, but the crucial thing is NFV is going to be a key part of 5G. You're going to need that virtualization, but remember what virtualization does is it adds some extra layers and complexity into the software stack. So you need to be able to manage those layers efficiently in order to get the cost benefits you want out of it. Second up, you need to appreciate that not all the network functions you're going to add into that virtualized network are built to be equal. You'll have some that have just been ported from the physical world, but what you really should be looking for is VNFs that have been built as cloud native. That's what matters. By cloud native, I mean stateless N+K architectures. At Metaswitch, we pioneered that. You'll see white papers about that from our CTO. But most importantly, what that will give you if you have cloud-native VNFs is they're much easier to orchestrate. It's like the difference between having pets that are expensive, high maintenance. Every time your pet sneezes, you take it to the vet, you get a big bill. You don't want that from your VNF. You want them to be cattle. They are simple and cheap to look after. That's what you're looking for. Third item. You'll have heard both words, orchestration and automation. Now, people tend to use them all interchangeably. I've actually come to prefer the word automation in the last year, as I've done a lot of work with operators around the world, because I think it better defines the desire of those operators. Crucially, what they're looking for is to take that NFV network they're building with the extra layers and complexity that it brings and make it easier and cheaper to manage. So automation is the desire. Etsy will still talk about mano and orchestration. They're fundamentally the same thing, but I prefer the word automation. And the reason you need it is 60% of the errors in any network are likely to be caused by manual error by your own staff. Not because they aren't intelligent people, but if you've got a 57-page mop and you are running that at 3 in the morning to do an upgrade, page 48, something's going to go wrong. So error-free operation is what automation will give you, and that's why it matters. So now you're interested in adding automation. Well, there's several stages and levels of automation that you could choose to add. Obviously, you've got to automate instantiation of the network functions, because if you don't build them that way, you can't do the later stages. NFV brings that extra complexity we mentioned because it's got extra software stack layers. So that may mean that it's harder to diagnose problems or even to realize there are problems going on. It takes that a little bit longer. So the most important thing that you'll want once you've built it is automatic healing. That's the next stage that people worry about. If you're trying to go a bit further, going to a DevOps model with continuous integration and development, a CI/CD process, then you need automated upgrade. If you can't upgrade automatically, quickly, and error-free, you'll never get to DevOps. And then the final stage people look at adding is automatic scaling. A year ago, that was the big thing that everyone talked about. But actually, that's very dependent on the particular service as to how much it matters. So I think the crucial stages, the stepping stones, if you like, to look for are instantiation and healing, gives you best results from NFV. Add upgrade to get continuous integration and DevOps. Add scaling if it matters for the particular service that you're looking at. And finally, how are operators around the world adding automation into their network? Well, what I've found talking to many operators is that they are still in the process of selecting their long-term tool chain. And that process may take a while. But the best way to get to the answer that you're looking for in terms of which tool chain to use is to get some experience. So don't spend years building out the spec for the tool chain that you're looking for. Instead, choose a project, do some automation around that, and gain the experience of how that changes your operational processes, and then leverage that experience to inform your tool chain choice for the long term. So what many operators are doing right now is looking for a sort of standalone orchestration, pretty much just from a VNFM for 1 or 2 network functions, take that experience that they gain, and then turn that into the long-term tool chain that they're looking for. And that's what we can help you with. So there you have it. 5 things that you need to consider when you're adding automation into your network. If you want to know more details, there's a recent white paper that I published in conjunction with Telia. You'll get that off our website. Please download that, have a look at it. If you've got any questions, any of the authors will be happy to answer them. Or if you've got specific questions about opportunities for automation in your network, do get in touch. We'll be happy to help you.